All right, so hey guys, man, so guys, I want to talk to you guys about Barcelona news. So of course, we all know what happened in the Champions League. I don't really want to speak too much about that. And today we're going to be discussing with you guys my opinions on Ronald Koeman, right? And so far, we're going to go ahead and evaluate, is he the guy for the job, not just for this season, but for next season as well, And it's a very complicated subject. Like I said before, guys, it's not easy cutting the straight. We can't just simply just make a decision right now and say, oh, we should sack him. Oh, we should give him another season. It's not as straightforward as that because, like I said before, guys, this team right now is nowhere near the team that it once used to be, because like I said before, guys, this, in my opinion, is one of the worst Barcelona squads I've seen in my life. Just put it otherwise. This is one of the worst Barcelona teams ever. This is a team that's been very aging. This is a team that needs young blood in all departments, all positions, and this is a team that badly needs an overhaul. And while there was an overhaul last summer, it wasn't quite enough, and we're seeing the effects of that again this season, right? And I'm sure many of us are very frustrated once again going through these year after year, especially in the Champions League, where every single year we've been made fun of. People have joked us, people criticized us. And it's not funny. It's getting very tiring, very frustrating. And I'm hoping that this season will be the final season in which that happens. Because like I said before, guys, I really thought Bayern was the last, and unfortunately it isn't. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and discuss about Ronald Koeman and what he's done so far with the Barcelona team. So as a Barcelona manager, according to Barca Universal, they have stated that if Barca are knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain, Koeman will not continue next season, according to Fabrizio Romano. Note, this is Fabrizio's personal opinion. Now, what I will say to that is this. That is very, very, very harsh to sack Koeman just based on what happened against PSG. Now, is it the right decision? Maybe, maybe not. Personally, I don't think it's the right decision. I don't think it's the right decision because, like I said before, guys, there isn't many great managers out there that don't have jobs right now. The only top-tier manager I think we can maybe get is, Allegri. And, of course, I don't think Allegri would join because, like I said before, guys, his playing style is very defensive and pragmatic. And I think we're done with the pragmatism, especially what after Valverde did. I don't see Barca going with that way. I just don't. I think it's best that we go away from the pragmatism, go away from that kind of style, and just stick with what we have. And I think for me, Koeman has done a decent job for us. I think Koeman, for me this season, he hasn't exceeded expectations. He hasn't fallen too short. He's done the best he can with this team. And let's be real, guys. Even though this team has not been great, let's just put it this way, they're at least in a decent position. They're at least second in La Liga. They're in the Copa del Rey semifinals. They got to the Supercopa de España final. And they got to the Champions League round of 16. That's not that bad. Obviously, we got to take in consideration the results. We got to look in the tables and all that. I think considering where we're in the summer, I think this is about as good as it can get. This is about as okay. Now, obviously, it's not amazing because if it was amazing, we would be leading the Champions League. We would have topped the group. We would have probably made it to the quarterfinals. We'd be in the round of 16, probably draw or win the first leg, get the job done the second leg. Won the Supercopa de España, put ourselves in a good position to reach the Copa del Rey final, and that would have made it very good. The problem with Koeman, though, and I think this is the biggest problem we have as fans, is that Koeman has not been great for us in the big games. And what do I mean by that? The big games are games that are very important. These are teams that were going to be challenged to the maximum degree. And to be completely honest with you guys, Barcelona have only won one of those games, which was against a Juventus team that didn't even have a full-strength team in Turin. Okay? And even though we won 2-0, majority of the game was 1-0. And we got a penalty to end. So, you see what I'm saying right here, right? It's not as straightforward as that, you know what I'm saying? And I just believe that Koeman in these big games, we haven't been good, But is it really fair to blame Koeman for the big games? Because honestly, in my opinion, some of these players just cannot play for the big games consistently. I just don't think Alba is really there anymore. And those big games, I just don't think he has the right mindset, the right attitude. I don't think he's that good for us defensively. And we've seen how many teams have exposed Jordi Alba's defensive frailties. And we know how bad PK and Longley have been this season. We know how bad Longley's been this season. Longley's not been great. PK, we know he's too slow. We can't really keep up anymore. And Busquets is just not the same as he used to be. You know what I'm saying? And some of these players just have to go, And I think that's the huge issue, is that we have that core spine of the team. Busquets, PK, Longley. That is our defensive issues. And these three just aren't good enough. They're just not good enough anymore for this first team. They need to be replaced. And I swear to God, we have to get rid of these players. I know it's very mean. We have to do it, man. We have to get rid of these old players, and that if we continue to have these players for us, we're going to keep getting embarrassed in the Champions League. And teams have already figured this out, And there's a saying right here from Albert Einstein, I believe, that doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. That is insane, guys. That is not realistic. You can't just keep doing the same thing and expect things to change. It won't change. Even though we have made some changes, it's not the same exact team. I know we have Des now, who's a massive upgrade over Semedo. I know we have Pedri, who's pretty much an upgrade over the current midfielder options. I think Vidal for us. You know what I'm saying? We have to get rid of everything. We got to get rid of everything. We have to start new. We have to start fresh. And I just believe that it's very, very harsh. It's very harsh to blame Koeman more, because I think some of these players deserve more blame for that defeat. Because that defending out there against Paris Saint-Germain was absolutely atrocious. What kind of defending is that? Some of these players just need to be taught how to defend. And even attacking-wise as well. We can only score one goal from the penalty spot. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Even these attacking players just need to be improved. Like Dembele, he needs to improve his decision-making. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say right now is this, right? Is that Koeman, for what he came in for, considering the position we were in, considering how good Netherlands were, because Netherlands were in a great position. Make no mistake, guys. Because most managers would probably have now joined Barcelona, considering how bad they were. And he made that sacrifice to join this team. You know why? Because he's a former player. He is one of the Barcelona legends of this team. I believe he scored the winning goal for us in the Champions League final. So we have to respect him, right? We have to respect him. He has done a great job. He's done a decent job. He's a good player here. And who knows? He might be a good manager for us. Obviously, he's not looking that great right now. And I just want for us to look at this season and just try to somehow salvage the Copa del Rey. Try to win that competition. And then try to secure top 3 in La Liga. Go out of the Champions League. It doesn't really matter. And just try to give the youth the playing time. That's just what all I'm asking for the remainder of the season. Just forget the Champions League. Forget that even exists. Just either forfeit the second leg or just play the kids. And then try to win the Copa del Rey and just try to secure top 4. That's what I will ask for. And if we can do that, I will be okay with that. Will I be extremely happy? Of course not, because it wouldn't be that great. Would I be very, very sad? Not particularly. And as far as Koeman's future is concerned, though, right? Because I think it's fair to say that Koeman, there's a lot of backslash. I know a lot of us aren't particularly happy with Koeman. I know a lot of us want Xavi to come in immediately. And what I will say to that is this. I love Xavi. I think Xavi is one of the best Barcelona players ever. He's one of the Barcelona legends. Of course, we know what he's done as a player. He's been a manager for Al Sadd. And I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't really paid too much attention. I believe he's won a lot of things over there. He's done tiki-taka possession football over there. Football in Qatar, football in Spain is completely different. Okay? That even though he's had some managerial experience, this is completely different, man. This is a whole different ballpark. I know some people are going to bring in the Pep Guardiola thing. That just might have been just a once in a generation. I think Pep Guardiola was just an exception to that. I think Pep Guardiola was a very, very smart guy. He knows the tactics. He's a very intelligent guy, He understands football He loves tactics, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if Xavi has that same kind of acumen as that. I don't know if Xavi is really the same. I know he's very smart. I don't know if he has that kind of knowledge as Pep does with the tactics and the formations, So that's why I personally believe that next season we should bring Xavi in as assistant manager and then give him 2 to 3 years, 4 years at the very most, as assistant manager, and then give him the permanent manager choice. And then that way he'll have enough time to make the decisions. He will be given enough experience, And I think he'll be good for us because I think it's safe to say that Xavi will become a Barca manager. I don't think it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when, essentially. And I think Xavi, for me, will be a great option for us in the future because I think Xavi, for me, is destined to become the next manager. You know? So that's pretty much it for today's video. Like I said before, guys, I know this has been an interesting topic. I know some of you guys have some mixed opinions about this. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below about this. Would you guys keep Koeman for the next 2 seasons, or would you sack Koeman and bring Xavi immediately? I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, guys. This has been a topic that I want to discuss. And by the way, next week, guys, I'm going to make a Champions League video discussing all the games, the first leg. And I'll discuss probably sometime Thursday, maybe even Friday next week. Depends on the schedule. And so, yeah, guys, I hope you guys are pretty guys. Remember to comment, subscribe, check my description on Twitter, Discord, and my email. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.